Hi you guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Patience. To my existing subscribers, welcome back. If this is your first time here, be sure to click that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can continue to indulge in the Hot Bella experience. In today's video, we are going to be talking about brushes. I've already uploaded a video where I shared some of my brush cleaning tools with you guys. So this video is another video on brushes because I wanted to share with you guys my 5 essential brushes. That's the first thing that I wanted to do. And when I say 5 essential brushes, I mean for each eye look that I create, I rely on 5 brushes in my brush collection for me to get the job done. I feel pretty confident if I have these 5 brushes, regardless as to what type of look I'm trying to create, I can do it confidently with these brushes. I did purchase some new brushes. I finally picked up the Pro Eye Set from Sonia G, and I picked them up on Beautylish. I got them online, and I wanted to share those with you guys. And I also picked up another cleansing gel, so I wanted to share that with you guys as part of this video as well. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to Lynette from LonDen Makeup Artistry. If you guys have not checked out her channel, be sure to do so. I'll be certain to leave a link to her channel in the description box below. But I saw her using these Sonia G brushes, and she would create these beautiful eye looks, and it just seems like she was able to blend out so effortlessly with these brushes. So I commented on one of her videos, probably on a couple of her videos, kind of inquiring about the Sonia G brushes, and I was hoping that she would reply with something that would convince me not to purchase the Sonia G Pro Eye Set, but it was the opposite. Her reply encouraged me to go ahead and make this purchase. So thank you so much, Lynette. So before I get into the items that I purchased from Beautylish, which includes the Sonia G Pro Eye Set, I wanted to talk to you guys about my 5 essential eye brushes. So the first brush that we're going to talk about is this little brush right here. This is a blending brush. This is a Morphe brush. This is an E28 brush. And this brush is ideal for adding my transition color. It's a fluffy blending brush. It is a synthetic brush. And this is the brush that I use when I am laying down my transition shade. And I like this brush. I can rely on this brush. It's inexpensive. And again, it's one that I have to have when I am doing my eye look. Now, with that being said, this size of blending brush works really well for my size eye. If you have smaller eyes, you can get a smaller version of this brush and it would do the same thing. It would work well for adding in your transition shade. It just works well for laying down a base color first, or a wash of color on the lids before you actually start adding in detail or color detail. This is a brush that I always use at the start of each eye look. This next brush is a MAC 224 brush, and I use this brush for putting the eyeshadow on the outer V and sweeping it into my crease. I like this brush because it's not too large and it's not as fluffy. You can see it has more of a tapered type end here on it when compared to the first brush that I showed you guys. This one is more rounded, and then this one has that tapered type of end. This MAC blending brush is a little bit more expensive than the Morphe brush that I just showed you guys, but the fibers on this MAC brush are a little bit softer than the ones that are on my Morphe brush. So yeah, so they bend a little bit more. It just makes it a little easier to also get the right shape in my crease area when I'm blending it in. So yeah, this is the MAC 224, and this is an awesome crease brush, and this is the brush that I rely on to create my eye look. This next brush is my MAC 242. You guys have heard me rave, talking, shouting, giving kudos, everything about this MAC 242 brush. This brush, in my opinion, can do all things related to an eye look except probably blending out a transition shade. You may have a little problem with that because I don't think the bristles are going to be fluffy enough for that. But you know, I haven't tried it. This brush has been able to do everything else that I wanted it to do. But yeah, this is my MAC 242. This is also a synthetic brush. I use this brush to clean up under my brows with my concealer. I have multiples of this brush. So I use this brush to do my brow cleanup. I also use this brush for packing color onto my lid. I use this brush to blend horizontally. So I mean, you can do so much with this brush. If you like doing directional blending when it comes to merging your colors together, this MAC 242 is a really, really good brush to do that. So yeah, you can use this brush for so many things. So again, I use this brush for packing color onto my lid, and I also use it for blending. This is a brush I've got to have in my collection, and it's a part of my Essential 5. This brush is my Morphe M705 brush, and you guys have heard me talk quite a bit about this brush as well. This brush I use when I want to carve out my lid. So I like this brush because it has a pointed tip. It's also a synthetic brush, but it does have this pointed tip. I really like that because I can really get some detail out of this brush. I can add product to the tip only of this brush and be able to get the detail that I want in an eye look. Again, I use it to carve out my lids. I have multiples of these. So yeah, so I have multiples because one of them, if I wanted to carve out my lid, I would want to use whatever cut crease product I'm going to use, be concealer or the Makeup Revolution cut crease canvas base. I use that as well. So I would use this brush to carve out the lid, and then to get into the corner, get into my inner corner of my eye, I will use another of the same brush, and I would use that to apply eyeshadow to my lid. So multi-purpose brush, inexpensive brush, and definitely a part of my Essential 5. And last but not least is my Sigma E36 brush. You guys have heard me rave again about this Sigma E36 brush. I use it for every look that I create. It doesn't matter if it's 3 or 4 different colors or if it's only a couple of colors that I have on my eyelids. I love this brush. It works really well for me because I do have slightly hooded eyes. And because I do have slightly hooded eyes, I have to manipulate my natural crease line. You guys have heard me use that term in my videos quite a bit because what I mean by that is I have a slightly hooded eye. A hooded eye means that you have that fold. You have a fold that flaps down over your mobile lid. Your mobile lid is going to be the part of your eye that is closest to your eyelash, and it's the part that blinks, if that makes sense. And then you have the upper part of your lid here. So for this upper part of my lid, it folds over onto my mobile lid just a little bit, which gives me that hood. So that means that if I were to only place eyeshadow on my mobile lid, right, when I open my eyes, all of the color that's on this lid would totally disappear. So that's why I manipulate my natural crease line. So my natural crease line is right here. You can see that right there. That's my natural crease line. I take my eyeshadow up just a little bit above that, right? So that way it gives me more playing room. It gives me more room to work with my eyeshadows. But when I do that, I have to go back in, or I like to go back in with this Sigma E36 brush, and I like to add a little bit more definition into the area where I've had to manipulate that crease line, because naturally, if I were applying my eyeshadow and just strictly doing the placement based upon where my natural crease is, I would stop right here, and then there would be a darker shadow right in the crease area. I hope this is making sense. But since I've had to move it up a little bit, I want to make sure that I add that darkness back in. So that's what I use this smaller brush for. This works really well. It's an awesome little trick if you have hooded eyes and you want to be able to wear your eyeshadow in a manner where you can see all of your colors regardless as to whether or not you're looking down or up. Then this would be a brush that would help you to be able to get that look. This is definitely a part of my Essential 5. So here they are. These are my 5 essential brushes, and I like to use these brushes for every eye look. I can count on these. Even when I am doing a client's face, I always have these 5 brushes. If I am doing a bridal party, let's say if there was a bridal party of 6, then I would have 30 brushes on hand because I would have these 5 brushes for each face. All of my 5 essential eye brushes are synthetic brushes. So that's why I thought, okay, you know, I would like to use some natural hair brushes. I think the natural hair brushes from Sonia G, the Pro Eye Set, that they're going to work well for me because I very rarely use cream products on my eyes. And natural hair brushes typically don't work very well on cream products because since it is a natural hair brush, it would just suck up or absorb a lot of the product. But for powder products, eyeshadows and things like that, natural hair brushes work really, really well. So yeah, that was my justification for purchasing these Sonia G brushes. This is what they look like. So actually I got the 5-piece Pro Eye Set, and I also got this brush as well. This is the Smooth Buffer. So this is what this brush looks like. It is so pretty. I love the blue handle, and it has the Sonia G logo or name there on the barrel. And this brush has a flat top. It is extremely soft. And a little bit more information about this buffer. On the Beautylish website, it says that this buffer can be used to buff in your products. It also says that this brush is good for buffing in mineral powders, loose setting and finishing powders, and even sheer bronzers onto the skin. So yeah, I think that's how I may use this. Maybe I'll use this for my bronzer. But yeah, this is the Sonia G buffer, and this brush is made of goat hair. So now for the 5-piece Pro Eye Set from Sonia G. So this is what these brushes look like. I really like them a lot. For some reason I thought the handles would be a little bit longer though. I don't know why I thought that, but I just thought that they would be a little bit longer. So it comes with a Pencil Pro. I take it that this is the Pencil Pro. And Beautylish says that this Pencil Pro is a smaller version of the current Pencil 2. It's densely packed to give it strength, yet remains super soft on the skin. This is good for contouring eyes. It is for smoking out. It's for intensifying the crease. It's for building the outer V. It's for blending the edges. It's for spot placing, a sparkly, shimmery, or metallic shadow. And it's a good smudging pencil for powders or creams. So, that's interesting. It's good to know that this is also good for creams as well. So this is the Pencil Pro. So here is the next brush that's a part of this Eye Pro set from Sonia G. And this is the Builder Pro. And this is a flat tapered brush for packing color onto the lid. So this is good for packing color onto the lid. It's good for building intensity in the outer V. It's good for diffusing and smoking out an application with the tip of the brush. All right. It's good for softening and blending the perimeter of the crease and transition color. All right. So I would have thought this would have been a little bit more fluffy. I hope maybe, is this the Builder Pro? Maybe this is the Builder Pro, because I can't see how this would be good for a transition color. Whereas this one, this may be our Builder Pro. Sorry, you guys, I'm getting acquainted with these brushes as I'm showing them to you. I think this is the Builder Pro, but it says a flat tapered brush. This is not flat. Okay, back to the other plan. I think this is the Builder Pro. So this is the Builder Pro. So this is going to be for softening and blending the perimeters of the crease and also the transition color. It's for diffusing and smoking out the application with the tip of the brush. So yeah, I think this is it. And I think this is probably going to be similar to my MAC 242. So if we were to compare these in shape, they are similar, kind of similar. Yeah, that's going to be the Builder Pro. This next brush here is the Worker Pro brush from the Sonia G Pro Eye Set. And this is a universal eye brush designed to fit all sizes and shapes. And this brush is good for packing color on the lid, crease work, transition placement, blending, diffusing, and smoking out the lash line, and for brow bone application. So this looks really similar to the last one that I showed you guys, which is the the Builder Pro. So this is the Worker Pro, this is the Builder Pro. The Worker Pro is white, but both of these are goat hair brushes, and they look pretty similar. The Worker Pro looks a little bit larger to me though. It looks a little bit larger. What do you guys think? To me, this one looks a little bit larger than this one. So yeah, but both of these are good for blending. Both of these claim to be able to smooth out and really soften up the eyeshadow looks the way that you need them to. Yeah, it's just interesting. Also that it says that both of these can handle applying a transition shade, so that's really interesting. So this is the Worker Pro. This brush is the Crease Pro brush. This is a medium-sized crease brush that builds color seamlessly and blends impeccably. Wow, that's a heck of a description. Its particular design allows elevated strength at the tip, offers optimum control, and minimizes fallout. So yeah, this is the Crease Pro. I can't wait to try this one out. This is really nice. This would remind me of the brush that I'm using from MAC, which is my 224 brush. The MAC 224 has, the hairs are a little bit longer, but the shape is the same. But again, this is a synthetic brush and this is a natural hair brush. So yeah, this is the Crease Pro. And last but not least, we have the Blender Pro. And this is a densely packed blending brush that distributes color across the lid with a diffused finish. That sounds awesome. It sounds like it is going to be great for blending, and it's good for blending your base color, your crease work, your transition, and just blending in general. This is a really nice brush. So this is a really nice set of brushes. Again, these are all natural hair brushes. So I'm really glad to have them. I can't wait to try them out. You guys are going to see them in action here on this channel, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, this is the Sonia G Pro eye set. I purchased these on Beautylish, and I'll be certain to leave the link below if you're interested in finding out more about these brushes. And while I was shopping on the Beautylish website, I picked up one other item. This is from Good Molecules, and this is the Rosewater Daily Cleansing Gel. You get 4 ounces of cleansing gel in this one bottle from Beautylish. This is $12. This gel will cleanse your skin without dryness or tightness thanks to the pH balance, lightly lathering gel formula. The soothing rose water is rich in antioxidants to help skin maintain a bright tone. And there is pineapple extract in this product, which helps to gently cleanse and purify the skin while promoting clarity and softness. So this was $12. I wanted to pick this up. I've been using the Pharmacy Clean Bee facial cleanser. I love that cleanser, but I decided to pick this one up. It was only $12, so I'm going to give it a try, and I'll be sure to come back and let you guys know what my thoughts are regarding this cleanser. So I've shared with you guys my 5 essential eye brushes. Again, these are all synthetic brushes. I think that you guys have seen that basically the same brushes that I rely on from these synthetic brushes, I'm going to now have a natural hair version of that brush. So yeah, I'm super excited to try these out. And as a bonus, I've got the Pro Buffer as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you were able to get something from this video. And if you did, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on my next video. Bye-bye.